This is Clash of Clans. This is Brawl Stars. And this is Supercell's new game that will make people forget about their previous games. Let me show you something. It was one Friday afternoon when me and my buddy went fishing when all of a sudden I received a new application. After opening it I was walking towards an Illuminati triangle, and at the top of the triangle there was someone who wasn't looking too happy to see me. Luckily once she opened her mouth I realized it was just a Mike Wazowski's grandmother giving a concert. Or maybe not. I quickly realized I was put on this arena to fight off the crabbies, and after struggling couple of minutes to fight off these little beach bugs I also understood that Mike's grandmother was not a singer after all. Instead she was the most ruthless final boss who just crushed my skull in half with her butt cheeks. That was definitely not an ideal start to my journey, as this experience left permanent scars to my memory. But now the real game starts. The boat game. Right off the bat I was placed on a tiny island together with a weird half-naked old man who was waving at me. At that moment the only thing I hoped for was that his name wasn't Jeffrey. Fortunately he was called Dave instead. But due to past experiences I was still having some serious trust issues whether I should wave back or just shoot him. Of course I chose the latter option, but unfortunately it didn't work because Dave was an immortal man. Eventually I decided to speak with him and he said,
"Oh hey! Who are you?"
"Hello. Obviously I am Tiffany from Thailand."
"Do you have a
Then I was asked to pick a name which I did and our conversation continued.
I can't swim, huh?"
"I am sorry to hear you can't swim. Is this the reason why you are stuck on this tiny island?"
"Let me guess. You got died?"
For some reason this weird old man completely ignored my question and instead started to insult me by calling me a loser who should check out Quest Barrel. After shooting a full magazine of bullets towards the immortal Dave for roasting me, I went on to open the barrel that gave me a treasure map. This map asked me to go to another island, but the problem was I can't swim. Immediately I noticed another old man waving at me next to a boat. This boat was my only way getting across the oceans, and this time it was a lot bigger island with lots of old friends waiting for me to put them to sleep. Then I saw something glowing at the distance. I dug into the sand and there it was. A treasure chest. How do I open it? I think I have an idea. Okay, it better work. Well, that sucks. After realizing that physics don't work in this game the same way as in real life, then I decided to call an Uber instead. Now as I was heading towards another Illuminati triangle I started getting Vietnamese flashbacks of my previous encounter with Mike Wazowski's grandmother when all of a sudden... Bruh. Yes, that's correct, ladies and gentlemen, this right here means that I have to start everything from the beginning. So I got roasted again, took the map, sailed the seas, dug a hole, and once again I was on my way towards the triangle. I swear if it's not working again I will buy everyone watching this a Bitcoin. What the? I am kidding guys, actually it worked and I made my way finally to the actual game. Immediately I started wondering why can't I look like this totally naked smurf looking dude with pink hair and a mustache. For some reason the game had chosen me a woman's body. Anyway, now it was time to find out what's hidden inside the treasure chest. Nice. If I see Immortal Dave insulting me again I will use the negotiator. Holy smokes, I guess we are gonna blow up some ships. After opening the chest I realized the person who I gave my chest earlier was the very same Dave who was once again calling me names. In all honesty he seemed like a caring grandpa after all, trying to give advice in his own way. He was actually not the enemy, but the real enemy was still hiding in her UFO ship, and I had to beat him. But in order to do that I had to level up my game by finding stronger weapons and upgrading whatever this is. Now that I knew how to make my character stronger, it was time to finish the mission. Kill Mike Wazowski's grandmother. In order to do that we have to pass through this portal, and if you are wondering what are these other Illuminati triangles about, then the one on the left unlocks once we beat Mike's granny, and the big boy triangle in the middle is where you will meet the final boss, Nikocado Avocado. But first of all we have to pass to the realm 1 that consists of 4 bigger islands, 3 smaller islands, and the boss fight happens right in between them. This time I passed through the portal towards the perfect landing island, and indeed it was perfect because right off the bat I found a treasure chest floating on the water. That meant someone has probably been killed here because typically you can't find chests chests laying around like this. Carefully sailing around the island I found the spot where the treasure map is hidden, so I went to pick it up along with a barrel of whiskey for Dave. While doing so I noticed that I am not alone on this island. There was someone else, and this someone else could be the killer, so I quickly took another barrel of whiskey for Dave to bribe him into giving me better weapons this time. As I already heard someone's steps coming closer, I had to start the engine and get on my way. This is when I met Alp, who was definitely going over the speed limit right towards where the pink treasure chest was. It could be that he was the owner of this chest that I had on my boat sailing to the safe spot to trade in my loot. After I had received my brand new Nikes to replace my old sandy flip-flops, I got a problem solver. This came just right in time because I already might have made some enemies who didn't like me stealing their chests. Because I had some incredible luck on perfect landing and I need those chests to beat the boss, then I went back there to potentially steal even more chests. This is where I also met the lizard mafia. By clicking the button I didn't know what I had got myself into, as those annoying ass monsters were spawning from every possible angle. After taking out a couple of their mafia members, they dropped golden eggs that potentially had a massive value, so I had to take them quickly and quietly onto my boat. As I was running towards the boat I noticed another player with not just a golden egg, but a huge golden statue which looked way more valuable than my chicken egg. This is when I knew I have to steal it. I quickly placed the first chicken egg on my boat and went to take another because these could be very valuable as well. As I was once again running back to my boat I noticed a golden opportunity to steal it. It looked so big and so beautiful that I didn't even notice that the owner of this boat was sneaking towards me while I was trying to figure out how I can get this thing off his boat. Apparently in order to steal, the bad mode has to be activated. And obviously yo boy Jaso didn't know that, so I almost got shot and killed until the owner of this boat ran out of bullets and escaped away. Even though I missed this opportunity, I at least learned that next time I have to turn on baddie mode way earlier and pay attention to the map. Talking about paying attention to the map, something rather unusual happened as I was flying around with a jetpack. Out of nowhere a moving plane appeared that had dropped a loot box on the ground. After making sure no one is around I shoot it into bits. That gave me some coins and a way different looking treasure chest. Holding that chest above my head I suddenly felt like $1,000,000 that everyone wanted to rob. So without wasting any time I called an Uber and headed towards the portal. Yes guys, this is the same person I tried to steal from earlier, and this notification meant that he is looking to kill someone. Thanks to the map size I managed to get out into safety to hand in the chest to Immortal Dave. I assume this chest has better rewards than the beginner's chest, so I got a shotgun ranking as epic and a party pooper. What is party pooper, you may wonder? Well, that's something you can install on your boat for various purposes. First of all, you can terrorize other players like I did right here for 5 minutes straight until he had the courage to step back onto his boat, of course, after which he had to die. Immediately after Captain Ben appeared, who I also had to demonstrate my brand new torpedo. Once I had taken out 2 other boats there was a bounty on my head. It could be that the whole server was now after me, but I didn't let it bother me. Then I found a rather evil looking treasure chest. Since PvP was enabled, then for my great luck there was just someone running around me. The good thing was that he was just minding his own business, so I managed to get it transported safely to Dave. Looking at the size of this chest I knew something extraordinary is coming on my way. A bloody water gun. All the other chests gave me at least rare or epic stuff. This is just something for the peasants. Oh great. I literally risked my life to receive 2 commons. After that I went on to dig up some more chests for some more rewards. I even went to the well of wishing to sell my low rated useless equipment to get gold in return. This gold can be then spent at the shop for more chests. Since I had only 1,500 gold, then all I could get was the basic chest, which gave me 2 more commons. Obviously in order to progress faster I needed to find cool chests, so I went to the Whisper Shore. This island sparked my curiosity because it has this red number of 125 written next to its name. Higher power island, no problem. I can easily take down these beach bugs. I have already killed thousands of them, and this cyclope looking ass right there is gonna be dead next. No way. How did he one-shot me like that? After realizing I am nowhere close to be ready for the boss fight, I had to start seriously grinding to find cool chests for better weapons. Luckily from my very next chest I received a delete key. That gun was so rare that other people in the lobby started staring at it. All of a sudden I had the most powerful sniper rifle at my hand to defeat anyone. Immediately I went to find the first victim of the delete key, and just while I was aiming at someone I got shot myself, which removed my shield. Since I had dealt 271 damage I knew that whoever it might be is low in health, so I ran to finish the job. But the absolute great news is that I was the one who got killed by Sussy Gaming. As I was trying to come up with a convincing excuse in my head why did I just die to a gamer girl, I started seriously contemplating whether I should delete the game instead of trying to delete other players. But then I decided to keep going and not give up. During the following 3 hours I kept bringing Immortal Dave chest after chest to get higher level weapons to increase my power level, because at level 150 I can finally challenge Mike Wazowski's grandmother for a fight. And after receiving the mega damage pocket howitzer I was ready. As I was ascending up to the UFO ship after many days of grinding, Granny's voice was still ugly as a rusty gate screeching in the wind. Right away she started using her size advantage for her benefit as she was once again trying to roll over me with her sweaty ass pimple filled body. There was no way my little legs would run fast enough to escape her weird maneuvers as she kept rolling around. Not only that, but she also used crabs to distract and slow me down. As I saw her charging towards me I already knew I am still not ready, but luckily I received a pro tip. Get better gear. That's exactly what I did. I went to sell all the old useless equipment to replace it with new and better. I bought more and more chests and even bought one cool chest for 5,000 coins. My ship fully loaded, I kept trading hundreds of chests until one day when I was bullying some monsters I finally found this golden item. Earlier I saw one player carrying it, but now it was my time to cash in millions of coins. Straight away I took it to the ship, but then I thought, wait, let me grab that baddie chest too. As I was flying back I noticed that the plane had dropped a loot box right in front of me, so obviously I had to take that as well. For the second time as I was about to leave I thought I will still grab that last chest. I went on the island again to fight off all the monsters to fully load the boat, and right about when I was entering the boat one item disappeared. And what do you think was the item? Yup, it was the golden statue. The one that probably costs millions. I have no clue why it disappeared just like that, so out of my huge sadness I had to get brain surgery to cure my deeply negative feelings after missing out on this golden opportunity for the second time. I was lashing out my anger on other players as I took out this Finnish fellow right before he was about to get into safety. Unfortunately I did pass through the portal too, so I couldn't pick up the chest that he had lost. Immediately I went back through the Illuminati triangle to find the chest, but I had no idea where it might have happened. I randomly picked the upper drop zone and luckily it was the correct one as his chest was still floating in the water. Right when I was about to pick it up the guy was back after me, so I had to act quickly. Just moments before I was about to get hit by his torpedo I was back on safe lands where no one can attack me again. After crashing to the land I took the stolen chest, looked back, and felt bad for my guy who had risked his life for this chest. But not gonna lie, at the same time opening this baddie felt way better than opening any other chest that I had to fight for myself. Next up my goal was to get few more chests in order to reach level 200 power, which should be enough to beat the boss I have been trying to beat since the beginning of this video. As I was looking around smashing open barrels I found the same golden statue again, but this time I was not gonna make the same mistake. Right off the bat I ran to the boat, sailed the sea, parked the boat, and carried that heavy ass statue to Dave. Oh nice. It seems it was worth 2,500 gold, which is not quite 1 million but still decent amount. Then I upgraded my weapons, my boat, and of course my brain with a brand new mega chip. These chips have various special abilities that I am going to show right now. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I have finally reached level 200, which means one thing. I am gonna whoop Mike Wazowski's grandmother ass for once and for all. Immediately I started sending bullets on her way and I could see from her eyes that she knew she was gonna die. She did land couple of hits, but that was all part of the plan as my brand new mega chip spawns 3 clones when I lose my shield. This is the special ability I was talking about and it was working like a charm. Mike's granny was so confused as she was chasing fake clones of me. Few more bullets and down she went as massive crowds of people were cheering. Now it was time to access the triangle for the second realm called Hopeful Dreams. Should we check out what lies behind the second portal? Okay, let's go.